Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Steam Prison, and we're still on Ulrich's route, and we just got out of the, what was it, the poison jar? The poison jar, that's what they call it, with all the gross rotting corpses. Sexy. Ugh. Ugh. Anyway, so, Ulrich just rescued our asses, because, you know, I mean, it's his fault we were there anyway. Sorry, I got, like, spit on my trackpad. Gross. Anyway, I can't believe I let myself get thrown in there. Let's go back to the mansion. You can't go anywhere looking like that. Right, good idea. Sorry about this, Ulrich. He should be apologizing to us, but it's fine. You're El's bodyguard. Since we know each other a little, I got a whim to save you. Don't think I'll always do things like this. Next time, you're on your own. Yeah, I know. I'm glad I trusted you. Trusted? Yeah, didn't I tell you? It doesn't matter how much you hate me, I'll trust you. I assume you still hate me, but since I had faith in you, you saved me. I think. I'm glad I know you, Ulrich. I just love this, though, because she's like, I'm glad I trusted you, and it's awesome, because, like, you were there, and it's cool, thanks. And he's like, I'm not always going to save your ass. It's not like I had anything to do with it. It's my fault that you were kind of thrown in there, and I'm just covering my fucking ass, and now you're thanking me for it, and I feel like a raging dick. Fucking love it. I don't think you understand me. I'm not as good of a person as you think I am. Is that my fault? You keep so many secrets, especially for me. All I can rely on are my own instincts, and they're telling me to trust you. Right. Don't blame me if I betray you one day. Ulrich suddenly averted his gaze. He won't, though, because you could have betrayed me already. Technically, you did by telling them about me. And then you were like, whoops! But then you saved my ass. You could have just left me there. Why does he get so embarrassed sometimes? I turned away from him to grin at his behavior. A strange group had thrown me into a darkness filled with corpses. And I was determined to see a consequence other than my new horrific memories. I vowed to expose the culprits and their motives. And that's when we find out that, Ulrich, you had something to do with this? I'd left the mansion in the morning. It was nightfall when I returned. I guess I spent a long time in the poison jar. My stomach grumbled with hunger when I realized how late it was. How can your stomach be grumbling with hunger when you can probably smell rotting corpse on you? It's like on your shoes, literally, because you I'm gonna gag. All right, this is it for me. You're not coming in, Ulrich? No, I have something to do. Bye. Ulrich nodded again and left in a hurry. He's a busy man. I'm glad he had found the time to save me in spite of that. I resolved to thank him again. It's funny because she's like, oh, well, he got information, but I mean, I guess the way he explained it wasn't suspicious. He's like, I know things. I get information all over the place. Of course I figured out you were fucking here. Like, you know, and that's believable. Like, oh, well, he does have spies and informants all over the place, so maybe someone saw something. But you should really be like, I'm super suspicious of you. I don't know. Where were you until You're so dirty. What happened to you? Oh, Creed. It doesn't look like you stumbled and fell on the road. And tell me about it. I don't want him to worry unnecessarily. Can't you smell it? Then again, not telling him would only make him more curious. I nodded at him and began to explain the events of the day. This morning, I found a boy crying in the street. He told me he had gotten separated from his parents and the way home was unsafe. I decided to accompany him home. It was a trap, and men I didn't know attacked me. Men you didn't know. Yes, I fought them, but there were too many. When I had my guard down, they shoved me into the poison jar. Poison jar? How do you know that term? Do the Heights have them too? No, Ulrich told me its name. He pulled me out of the poison jar. Ulrich? Where is he now? I don't know. He looks suspicious. I don't know. He left to do something just moments ago. I'm dismayed that despite being hired to protect you, I couldn't protect myself. I'm truly sorry. It's all right. And the circumstances seem to have been unusual. Don't worry about it. But I have to. I need to. I'm ashamed to think of what would have happened had you been there. I need to train more so that this won't happen again. I see. Ambition is a beautiful thing. Thank you. But first you need to change, and you must be exhausted, so rest for a day. Thank you. What about you, Elcreed? I'm going out. I won't need protection, as someone else will guard me. I want you to take care of yourself right now. Elcreed is such a good man. We're not even in his route, and I love him so much. He's like, take care of yourself. I'll be fine. I love you, precious. Well, I fucking love Elcreed. If we didn't know that by now, I don't know where the fuck you've been this entire game. Because I love this man. Anyway. Okay. There he goes. He'd said someone else would guard him. Having been hired specifically to guard him, the ease with which he was able to find another guard made me unhappy. Yeah, he's got someone to guard him. The fucking gun he carries. Well, it's because I failed. I have to harden my heart and body. After taking a long, boiling hot bath where I burned several layers of skin off my body, I washed myself, changed into new clothes, and went to my room. My skin still smelled fairly of death, but I decided to ignore it, knowing it would disappear eventually. No, that's why you take a long, scalding hot bath and burn all the flesh off your body. Then it'll be fine. That was pretty horrible, but I have to remember. I sat down on my bed and thought about the battle. It went so well at first. They were far less skilled than I was and unused to close combat. Should I have cut them all down? No, that would have only opened me up to open up even more behind me. No, that would have only opened me up even more behind me. The same thing would have happened. Opened me up behind me. That sentence just like opened me up from attack from behind. But I get what she's trying to say, but it just sounds fucking wrong. I don't know. Anyway. Right. I learned how to fight with a partner. As police officers, Finn and I had always acted in concert. Finn had my back and I had his. I was too accustomed to that fighting style. Without Finn here, I need to learn how to fight alone. I need to figure out how to protect myself. I wonder if Finn comes up in this one. You know what I mean? I need to make sure my back isn't unprotected. I'll need to pay more attention to my surroundings and make sure that I'm not cornered. Also, you know what I mean? Because, in Elcreed's route, Finn was, almost, in a way, the main antagonist. Elcreed going off to die was kind of and all the other districts and everything were kind of the antagonists and stuff. And that was the main plot of his, but we had Finn coming in. And, in Ulrich's route, it almost seems like they're leaning on, Vice and on that group, and Ruffles being... whatever. Being, just the antagonistic thing, and, Finn might not have a part in it. But then again, Finn didn't show up till much later in Elcreed's route. Although we're getting to the point where we get to a save point where we could potentially get, a split off bad ending. Just like we did with Finn, chase after Finn or don't, and then not chasing after him kept the path going and chasing after him led to a bad ending. We're getting to a point like that, but it has nothing to do with Finn, so maybe he's not in this. I mean, he might not be the psycho trying to win us over in everybody's route, because that would just be fucking too much almost. And then I'd really question how he had a route, you know what I mean? I don't know. Normally my diet was unbalanced. I mostly ate sweets and fruits. I blamed that for my lack of hunger. I'd hardly eaten from the food they'd made me. I had to eat, though. Much work lay ahead. Still, my body refused to put the food in my mouth. I want to eat, but I can't move to do it. What now, then? If you're not eating that, I will. You had to know it was Elcreed, come on. Hell, sat down across from me. He never asked for permission. Didn't your parents tell you that you're not supposed to order food you can't finish? Eld smiled and began to retrieve bits and pieces from my plate. They didn't. I was poor and didn't eat at fancy places like this one. You don't normally leave the house so late at night. I don't. I have guards outside, though. Alas, not my knight. It seems that she was tired, so someone else is accompanying me. Uh-huh, I see. His behavior and way of talking meant that El probably knew what had happened. I didn't know how much he knew, though. I drank from my glass, careful not to seem perturbed. I know most of what happened today from Spacey. Thank you for rescuing her. I feel like El knows, is suspicious. You're thanking me? Why? You were guardian or something? No, I'm not. But I'm her employer, and it behooves me to come here to thank you for preventing her loss. However, we both know further gratitude is in order. El was a truly inscrutable person. One moment he can be bright and carefree, and the next cold as ice. And this, in turn, might be followed by a series of jokes. He can be at times easy and hard to understand. It's funny, I feel like we should have done Ulrich's route first, because you get a little bit more insight into Elkried in Ulrich's route than you do, in Elkried's route. You don't get as much. You get a little bit to know Ulrich, but not as much as this is like. Maybe it's just this particular scene and it's just making me feel that way. I don't know. I'll ask outright. Where did the information come from? The information? Yes, you knew she was in the poison jar. Who told you? I owe them thanks as well. Oh, don't worry about it. I had it from some beggars and paid them out of my own pocket. I see. And then I want to know who attacked her. How much information do you have? None. I chose to bring her back first. I haven't looked into the men yet. Why is he protecting them? You know what I mean? He's like, whatever. Is it because he acts like he has no connection to them, really? Whatever. They just revere me and what? I mean, he likes that attention a little bit. But I'm curious as to why he's like, well, I don't know. Why he's hiding it. Unless he wants Elkried to find out on his own, because if the information comes from him and those guys get away, you know what I mean? He's covering his own ass. I don't know. And then when Elkried finds out, he's like, I didn't tell him, dude. He just found out, because it's true. He didn't tell him. You know what I mean? I can understand that, I guess. I see. Please do that, then. Look into them? Yes. First they attack her, and next they might attack me. It seems natural that I want to protect myself. Normally you accept all my requests without challenge. Why do you ask that? Well, Elkried's being so fucking shady right now. It's so great. I was wondering why you care so much about her is all. The reason for that is... Never mind, I know all about that. But I just don't understand. You don't love her, right? A knight from the heights, trained in the sword. I know that she's a rare toy, but you'll just get tired of her eventually. Not true! He absolutely loves me. Maybe not in this route, but I know he does in his. Huh. I thought so too. But she could be an interesting kind of person. And you should try talking to her. Interesting, huh? I think I've heard that before. I knew the concept of interesting objects. I liked reading and I enjoyed reading interesting books. But I never met an interesting person. I was unable to trust other people. I've been betrayed and left behind by the dead too often. Dealing with others was a waste of time. I couldn't understand what Elton meant when he said she was interesting. And the effort he put into others was mystifying to me. Why am I so uncomfortable and upset right now? Is it because he's talking about something I don't understand? Or is it because he's showing interest in her? It's like, Ulrich's like, is it because he's in love with her? Wait, what? It's like that thought. It's one of those things that, sometimes you're just your thoughts are just coming one after another, and it's just just rapid fire thoughts. And he's like, is it because he's talking about something I don't understand? Is it because he's interested in her and I'm jealous of that? Wait, what? I don't think he realizes what he just thought. What's wrong? You're being very quiet. You'll need to eat if you want to grow. If I eat this late, I'll just grow horizontally. Bye. He left the restaurant inside. As Eldad said, there were multiple men outside to provide protection for him. Did he bring all these men just to ask me to investigate the attack? Is this a sign of how important she is to him or something? I also saved her because... Nah, screw that. I don't care about her. I love these little insights into his brain. It's so amazing. Even Elda's basically a stranger to me, no matter how far we go back. I don't care. I don't care about anybody. Yes, he does. You love them both. Oh, he's so great. He's not this type of character, sometimes I like them and sometimes they just fucking bother me. But his is really good, and I think a part of it is the insight we get into his mind, where it's not just he's just being I hate you, whatever, and you're like, you actually see his thought process where he's like, fucking hate her, I don't care. Like, do I care? No, I don't. Just fucking love it. It's so adorable. I don't know why. And part of it too could just be because of doing Elcreed's route and seeing the way they act together, and then just the way we interact with him. Like, just everyone has been so good. Like, and I don't know if it's going to be the same when we go down the other route, when we do the prisoner route, you know, if the characters will be as good, but I just really like the dynamic that these three have. Whichever route we're in, like, Elcreed's always just being kind of a flirty little slut, and we're like, are you fucking okay? Could you not, you weirdo? But yet we still fucking love him. And then with, like, Ulrich, he's like, you suck, and you're like, I mean, takes one to know one, dumb fuck. Like, and then Elcreed and Ulrich just going back, like, I just love it. This is the best throuple. I need that. This is my man harem route right here. I'm just gonna, we're done. Like, morning arrived. Oh, I love it so much. I started the day with early sword practice. I had no sparring partners, so I had to imagine my opponents. Ha! It had been a while since I gave it all I had. I enjoyed myself. I moved in a daze, swinging my sword in a wide arc. Enemies behind you, too. Ha! Ha! Good morning. Your fighting style is very beautiful. One might fall in love with it. Elcreed, excuse my appearance. Or rather, one might fall in love with it all over again, my knight. You always look best with sword in hand. I love this slut. I love him so much. I just love how fucking, like, these lines, you're like, these are such bullshit fucking lines, but I will fall for them every time they come out of your goddamn mouth, Elcreed, I swear. However, it's unusually early. Why are you practicing? Perhaps you couldn't sleep. Where'd my mouse go? Oh, there it is. It's like, I was moving it around, but sometimes it just stops working, and it just froze, and I was like moving it all over, like, where the hell did the mouse go? Because it was just frozen off screen. I don't know. Anyway. I could sleep. I made a vow to myself. I won't allow another failure like yesterday's, and for that, I need to practice. Oh, yes, I remember that. And you're putting words into actions indeed. With you at my side, I'll fear no danger. It would still be best to avoid danger if possible, but I'll still protect you from all I can. You're still playing at being a knight, huh? Neither you nor Elk gets tired of this, do you? Ulrich! What are you doing here, you son of a bitch? No. It's either good morning or how are you, probably. Hold on. Good morning. What are you doing here? Is the wrong answer, but I cannot wait till we get to go down and do all the negative answers. Like, what are you doing here? I'm gonna be just as bitchy to him. Good morning, Ulrich. What? Why are you so psyched up? Freaks me out. Ulrich, you need to greet her now. You need to greet her too now. Come on. You can do it. Good morning. Hey, you don't have to punch me, right? I didn't punch you. I gave you an encouraging bump. You two get along so well. I think that irritates Ulrich more when we say Ulrich more. I can't. I don't know why. Oh my god, my brain. Anyway. We don't. Just indulge this weirdo sometimes. And that's proof of friendship. Or perhaps you're merely embarrassed. No. Don't interpret everything the way you want. Ulrich turned towards Elcreed and held out his right hand. El, I'm here for the list of debtors you want the debt collected for. Why are you shaking my hand? Because it's not here. And the list is in my room atop the table. You can surely find it yourself. Why did you shake my hand? Ugh, fine. I'll go get it. Oh, Ulrich. Yeah. Thanks for yesterday. Huh? You rescued me yesterday. I wanted to say thanks again. You didn't have to do it again. We help each other when we're in trouble, right? What? It's Elcreed, but I feel like I was me, but also I knew it was Elcreed, but it just came out wrong. It was like, what? I feel like that would be Elcreed. What? Did you really just say that? Like, going. They're like, Elcreed? I'm sorry, I just don't think it. Did you just say that? This game is fucking great. I love it so much. Anyway, what are you so surprised about? Are you really Ulrich? The guy who doesn't care about other people. Sweets are better than humans. That Ulrich. You've really grown up. I'm impressed. Shut up. That was just a figure of speech. And don't talk about me in third person. It's creepy. Anyway, that was yesterday. Don't think you got some kind of debt towards me, okay? Okay, got it. Right. Bye. I expect great results. Debt collection. Is that part of his duties? It is and it isn't. I have him talk to the real debt collectors. He came here to collect the list he needs to give to the debt collectors. I see. He deals with a lot of different information. Yes, and then again, the others in his line of business only accept more narrow assignments. Elcreed really trusts Ulrich, doesn't he? I feel like this is like the game slapping you in the face, like, Elcreed really trusts Ulrich, and I trust Ulrich, and Ulrich kind of set us up for being kidnapped, and keeps talking about, I don't care about them, and that's going to get me and Elcreed in trouble, and I know he's going to pull through in the end, but we're still going to get a little fucked, because Ulrich just can't admit that he actually likes us. All I'm saying. Oh, I completely forgot about something. Yes? I ordered him to look into the group who attacked you yesterday. I wanted him to talk to you about it, wondering if you could provide clues, but I forgot. Please talk to him about it when there's a chance. Okay, I will. Thank you. Shall we eat breakfast? We'll go to the bank afterwards. Thank you for protecting me today. All right, no harm will come to you. Wait a minute. That's true. All those people that attacked us, none of them could have been Vice, because she would have recognized him and been like, hey, that's funny because it's the guy that knows you. She would have put that together. So it couldn't have been, Vice couldn't have been there. Because I don't feel like, even though she met him that one time, like, oh, okay, met him. And even if, because it's only been like a day or two later that they attacked, so she wouldn't have forgotten him. You know what I mean? Like, I could understand like a month later, you'd be like, this guy, I feel like I've seen him before, but I can't remember when. Because just running into him with Ulrich, right? Like, oh, hey, is that your friend? No, okay. She saw, like, oh my god, his eyes are two different colors. You know what I mean? Like, you know how like every once in a while you'll sit there and you're like, all of a sudden like this image of a person pops in your head and you're like, huh. It's someone that you've met, but for some reason you can't fucking figure out where you met them or when. And like, you're like, I have this memory of a person, but I don't know why I have this memory of this person or who this fucking person is. But I remember this person and I don't know why. Was it so-and-so? Was it this person's friend? Was it someone at work? Or like, or you see those people, or me, fucking if you're me, you're at work and you see people and you're like, I know them! Why do I know them? I mean, obviously we work in the same building, but I've met them via work, but when? Was it like a training class? Was it like just through someone else? Like, was it like a group? Like, what the fuck why do I recognize this person? And it's like, you're just clueless, but it could just be because I have a bad memory. But like, it's not like 2 days later. If I met someone one day like, oh, hi, you're so-and-so's friend. Okay. Even if it was like 2 minutes of conversation with them, like her and like Vice coming up to Ulrich, oh, hey, girl, oh, is your girlfriend? Oh, okay, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You're looking at him for all of like a minute. You wouldn't forget him 2 days later. So he couldn't have been there because she would have recognized him. Like, it had to have been his other group because he knew she's never seen them, she's seen me. He's like, I feel like Vice would probably be smart enough to like have not been there. I wasn't thinking about that. I assumed he was there, but I forgot that we met him. See, I forgot that we met him. So, I mean, yeah, but I feel like if they had shown his sprite, I would have been like, wait, she met him, though. But there was no sprites there, so he couldn't have been there. All right, anyway. Oh, that just dawned on me, though. Like, duh. The day passed by. Nothing particularly unusual occurred. Eventually, we were finished at the bank. Creed arranged his paperwork and glanced at me over his shoulder. I love it when he throws us the over-the-shoulder glance. It's sexy. Today, there's a dinner party at the bank. A dinner party? Yes, a social event for the employees. I was thinking about attending with you, but I don't think the presence of someone from the Heights would be received well. I'm sorry, but I'll need to ask someone else for protection. You may return home. I see. Interesting, because when he had a dinner party to go to, he was totally like, come with me. And I feel like normally he'd probably be like, no, come with me, like, blah, blah, blah. But he's trying, like, even though he flirts with us, he's still trying to, in a way, like, he keeps pushing us toward Ulrich. Like, he's being a good wingman, but at the same time, he's like, but if you two don't get along, I'm totally good just being backup. I'll be the rebound. I'm fine with that. Like, he's, like, trying. He's like, I'm gonna, like, set some shit up for you, but, like, not, like, I'm a little bit. But, like, if you two don't, like, jump each other's bones, like, I'm gonna be waiting in the wings to catch her. That's all I'm saying. Like, just kind of fucking amazing. That's just how I imagine it going. I don't know. May I go out again afterwards? Out? Yes, I wish to talk to Ulrich. Perhaps I might shed some light on yesterday's events. I see. Of course you may. Where might he be now? Elkreed took a rolled-up map from the drawer and spread it out. And this here is the main road. I suspect Ulrich might be here, or this little road. Sometimes he also visits the candy store. You know a lot about his habits. I need to be able to find him when I need to. Be careful on the way. You too, Elkreed. Don't drink too much, all right? I'll give it a valiant attempt. Which means he's going to come back drunk as fuck. I went home and directed one of Elkreed's men to protect him. Then I went back out to look for Ulrich. Where is Ulrich now? I tried the places Elkreed had suggested, but he was nowhere to be found. See, this would have been interesting, too, if, like, because obviously, like, Elkreed has other people, and in his route, you're always by his side. In this one, he's got other people. It would have been kind of interesting if, just to throw in extra man candy, like, there was another guard that you worked with, and you, like, basically tag team protected Elkreed, you know what I mean? And then, oh hey, and that's part of the bodyguard as you fall in love with the other bodyguard. You know what I mean? But I guess that's kind of like the, oh hi, little hummingbird! He's so cute, he keeps coming to our, do you see him? Aww. This hummingbird for the past, like, it's been twice today and he came once yesterday. He just flies up to my sliding glass door and just kind of hovers there, like, he must see reflections from the light, and which is weird, because, like, usually hummingbird feeders are, like, red or, like, orange, like, that attracts them more. So there's really nothing that would be reflecting in the window that'd be that color, but my lights would be reflecting, but they're more like a yellowish white, you know what I mean? So it's like, what is it that he keeps seeing, that he's, like, flying by the door, and he's, like, looking in, and he's not looking at me, because he's flying up, like, at the top of the door? But it's so cute. I want to put bird feeders out. We're not allowed to have them. I wonder if they changed that, though. Like, I used to have bird feeders, and then all of a sudden we got bought out by another company, and it was like, you can't have bird feeders because, like, the birds come and the poop, and it, like, ruins the, like, railings and whatever, and it's like, birds are going to come on the patios and shit anyway, like, whether you, but obviously you attract more birds with bird feeders. Or fucking squirrels. But, like, I used to have a hummingbird feeder, and I used to, well, the ants with the hummingbird feeder is the only thing negative. But I'm like, and I saw someone on the first floor that faces the parking lot has, like, a fucking bird feeder, and I'm like, I want to put a fucking bird feeder out, although my patio is covered in spiders, so it's kind of like, it'd be nice. My old patio was so much nicer. Like, just you could sit, it was so nice with my stuff out there, and I could just sit out there and work, and it was like, and this one would be nice because you just sit out there and look at the trees, you know what I mean, instead of the kid park and listen to kids screaming all day. But because I live in the woods and I'm closer to the trees, it means 1 week after I put my furniture out there and moved into this apartment, it was like, oh my God, where all the spiders come from? And it's scary, and I haven't been out there in like 5 years. I'm not even kidding. There are so many cobwebs and spider webs and dust, and like, I don't go out there. I'm scared. And it's just horrifying because I had nice patio furniture, but I keep thinking like one of these days I have to go out. It's too late now. I keep thinking I got to do it in the winter and like clean everything off, you know, but I'm scared to do it when the spiders are like super active. Anyway, I just want my bird feeders back. That's really the whole point. It was just the little hummingbird popping up to say like, hey. Anyway, I tried the places Elcrete had suggested, but he was nowhere to be found. Did I pass him? No, I would have seen him. I mean, he's got seafoam green hair. I think so. I looked around. Nobody looked like Ulrich. He isn't here. I couldn't find him. I decided I had to look for him myself. Where might he be right now? I have no idea. I didn't know what places he liked. I never asked about his interests. I don't really know anything about him. I was strangely disappointed with myself. Eventually, I snapped back. I don't have time to think about it right now. I have to find him somehow. I'll just have to hope that he's somewhere on this road. On I go. I walked around at random to check different places. When I passed a store, I looked inside. I paid special attention to locations Ulrich had mentioned when he showed me around. Still, there was no trace of him anywhere, no matter how long I looked. Maybe he's not in this area today. Perhaps he was in the Sanctuary District or somewhere even further afield. I might have to head home for the day. Oh. On the other side of the road, disappearing into a side street, I saw a young man who resembled Ulrich. I only saw him from behind, but I was quite sure it was him. Is he wearing short pants, or he's just wearing baggy pants? I just want to know if he's wearing, like, shorts. Like, I have to hurry before I lose him. I wanted him to wait for me, but I didn't want to yell. Instead, I ran after the person who I thought was Ulrich. I mean, it certainly looks like his sprite, is all I'm saying. These alleys again. I passed by this place yesterday, too. Nothing but bad memories here. The man who had looked like Ulrich had gone through there. I had to walk after him. Oh, he's going to Ruffles, and what if she finds them and then finds out he's there with them? Oh, God. It'll be fine if I stay alert and focused. I had my hand on my sword hilt as I walked. I walked as fast and as quietly as I simultaneously could. Like I said, man. That was Ulrich's voice. He's here. Oh, there he is. Ulrich. Are you sure we can trust you? I do, but the other guys don't all see things the same way. What am I supposed to say to that? You have to figure that out yourself. Wow, that's not much of a defense, man. I don't know. It's none of my business what people think. Do you want me to go around telling everyone and their mother that I didn't do it? Why is he... That's... The man Ulrich is talking to, is she going to recognize him? Like, he attacked me and think, you met him a day before! That's going to bug me. There's no way I'd forget his voice. But you also saw his face. Did we forget that? I mean, unless they're trying to say it was so dark when he hit her, she didn't get a glimpse of him. You know what I'm saying? But you've seen him before, and if she doesn't actually act like she recognizes him from literally a day to 2 days before. I mean, that's like a loophole that I don't think they thought about. I'm being right at this moment, who knows, but you're a violent one, aren't you? Gotta punish that. So, okay, so are they trying... Because it didn't seem like that when she got attacked, like that he grabbed her. She said he grabbed her and slammed her up against a wall. So I can understand if he grabbed her and she hit her, and then he knocks her out, shoves her in the thing. She didn't see him. You know what I mean? And she wouldn't have... I wouldn't have recognized him. You might think, like, oh, I've heard that voice before, but, like, you probably wouldn't. A face you'd recognize, but voices... I guess some people might. But, like... She might not have thought about it until she hears them again, and then it's like, wait. Oh, hey, yeah, it's that guy that I met before. Like, we'll be back for you later. Think about what you've done now. See, I thought it was him. But again, I thought she would have recognized him. He'd been one of the men who had attacked me. He was the one who had pushed me into the poison jar. I felt confused. My heart began to race and my breathing grew unsteady. Now, calm down. Stay calm. Keeping aware of my surroundings, I continued to listen. It's hard to make out. Ulrich didn't seem particularly friendly with the man, but they weren't strangers either. Didn't I see him when I was learning to shoot, too? See, but this is only a matter of, like, over a week at most between that and right now. Like, so I just... How does she not recognize him? I know that she saw him quickly, but... I can understand if they're trying to say the attack happened quickly and she didn't get a look at him. Like, but... She heard him and now she recognizes his voice because it's literally like a day, maybe 2 days later, where shooting had been a couple, like, before that, where, you know what I mean? You weren't really focused on this guy. Hey, Elric, blah, 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 and you're like, okay, dude, multicolored eyes, great. Not paying attention to his voice. I get that. So she must not have seen him. Because if she's saying, oh, I recognize his voice, not, I recognize his face. She must not have seen him in the sewer, but... I mean, I guess that explains why we didn't see a sprite. That's supposed to have been our hint, but I don't know. It just wasn't clear enough, but okay. All right, sure. Sup, Ulrich? Been looking for you. What are you doing here? Who's the girl? Your girlfriend? Not really. We were supposed to meet today, huh? Yeah, the others are all waiting. Let's go. Others? The man had approached Ulrich in almost the same spot. So they know each other. No, Ulrich can't be behind it. I won't believe that. This is where you leave and you go back to the house and you tell Elcreed. Elcreed is looking for the men who attacked me. Ulrich is doing his part in that. He must be onto their trail already. Bye then. Huh. The man waved at Ulrich and left. Ulrich didn't respond. He merely stood there, letting the man go. Is he going to let him go? The man was a criminal. I knew it. Oh, now Ulrich's going somewhere else. I had a chance to capture the man, but that would have meant letting Ulrich leave. Even if I capture him, there are many more who attacked me. Right now I need to talk to Ulrich and to sort this out. I followed Ulrich into the darkness, uneasy and uncertain. Oh, interesting. What is this? We'd come to a limestone cavern with water running through it. The place looked like something from a child's picture book. And it's cool because it's not just like a abandoned cavern. Like, there's a bridge. Like, people have been here. Like, the air was clean and quite cold. I had no idea places like this existed. As impressive as the location was, I was confused. There was only one tunnel. And when I peered into it, I couldn't see Ulrich. Did I take a wrong turn? I turned around, feeling uneasy. Ulrich, the hell are you doing here? I knew when she's like, I don't see him. I'm like, he's gonna fucking sneak up behind us. Or he's hiding so that as we walk in, he's gonna be like, what the fuck? Ah! Ulrich was inches away from me. Did you go mute since I last saw you? I asked you why you're here. Normal people don't know how to get in here, and you especially don't. So why are you here? Well, look, this isn't gonna work. He might be here any moment. Come with me, okay? Ulrich grabbed my hand and led me deeper inside. Ulrich! Shut up. The echo is really good here. Don't talk. You're talking a lot more than me. I wanted to complain, but when I looked at him, he seemed nervous. I wasn't sure what to say, so I allowed myself to be led into the strange tunnel. Finally, Finally, we reached a large iron door. What the fuck is this weird underground fucking library with a Rubik's Cube in it? Oh my god, is that the TARDIS in this timeline? The fuck? It's blue. It's very, and there's like it's very Rubik's Cube TARDIS. It's a TARDIS cube. A Rubik's TARDIS? A Rubik's Cube? You know what? Just work with that. Anyway. Beyond it was a sight even stranger than the path we'd taken. It's like a fucking ass library. Where are we? Doesn't matter. Brought you here because I didn't want to stand outside. Don't take this as an invitation. Invitation? Does this place belong to you? Is this his house? Stop being so nosy. Ulrich ruffled through his hair and glanced at me. What were you doing over there? Did you follow me? Why? Are you my stalker? No, you have a stalker? I feel like that should have been. Elcree told me to talk to you if possible, to share information on my attackers. El said that? Yes, he... Ah, shit, you gotta hide! Just do it over there behind the pile of books and stay silent. I sat down on the ground and Ulrich threw a thick blanket over me. Everything was dark. I couldn't see anything. What the hell was that about? What do you want, Vice? Wow. This place is amazing. It's got the equipment I need. What do you want? Vice? Who's that? I didn't know the name, but I did know the voice. I moved the fabric aside a little so I could peek out. I had to know. You know what's really funny? They were just talking. Ulrich left, and then Vice went somewhere and then came with... It's weird. Like, what the hell happened in that 5 minutes he was gone? I don't understand. Yes, it's him. His voice, his inflections. It was him. Oh. I think I have a feeling I know what happens in the... I have a feeling this is the part where we're going to get the choice. It's going to be... Like, he's going to find us. And then that's going to... A bad ending is probably going to happen. Because maybe he's going to kill us and Ulrich if we choose the bad choice. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm just guessing. Look, we know, look at Elcreed's endings. We died in one of those, so... Ulrich was talking to the man who had attacked me, and in some of our bad endings, we got assaulted by Finn, so I'm just saying. Huh, this place is great. It's way better than our hideout. Okay, but what do you want? You're not here to tell me how great this place is, right? Told you not to come here without a reason. Whoa, chill, man. I'm just here to say thanks for the lift sketch you gave us. Here. The man called Vice threw some coins at Ulrich's feet. I don't need money. Don't be like that. Friends have to properly say thank you, don't they? We're not friends, and I don't need money. Just take it. I respect you even if you're my junior. You're one of the founders. You're my junior. I taught you everything you know, you son of a bitch! Even if you're older than me. Friends? And founders of what? Pretty dumb to call me that. Is that all you want? Go away. Yeah. Bye, Ulrich. Oh, wait. Ulrich walked up to Vice and held out his right hand. I need that back. You got tons of books, man. Why can't you lend it to me? Vice handed a little book back to Ulrich with a shrug. I can't because I wouldn't get it back. You were just going to sell it. I need all these books. Don't try that again. Sure. Bye, kid. What is he, like 23? Because it was like 6 years before when Ulrich was 12 and that guy was 17, right? So, okay. Ulrich said nothing, merely staring at the door Vice had closed behind him. Can I remove the blanket now? Okay, not. So I'm curious as to what this bad ending might be. Okay, it's not necessarily a bad ending. It's just not the good ending, right? I folded it up, placing it next to the books. Then I looked around and approached Ulrich. Ulrich, that man attacked you. I know. I always knew. I was the one who told him about you. I knew what would happen. You knew? Damn, I can't believe he fucking told us. That he would attack me? Ulrich didn't answer, but nodded. Then you're... No, that can't be... You're just trying to convince yourself of a lie right now. You must be thinking that I planned this. Go ahead with that. I'm used to people hating me. It doesn't matter to me what you think. But whatever you do, please don't tell El. I don't want him to know about this. Ulrich and Elkried went back a long way. I could understand him for wanting to keep it from Elkried. I can't just let this slide, though. My life was in danger. I can't ignore that. I have demands. Tell me how you know that man, Weiss. Then I won't talk to Elkried about this. Okay. His name is Weiss Gewiezel. He runs a dangerous group completely unrelated to El. Dangerous? Yes, if El learns about this, he'll start a war with them, and that puts him in danger. If you're his bodyguard, you'll want to avoid that. So I'm asking you again, please don't tell El. Like Ulrich's trying to protect Elkried. But the thing is, these guys have to be taken out before they get stronger. Like, slowly. Little by little, we need to just slip in at night and slit their throats or some shit. I'm just saying. We gotta do some, like, side murder, like, in the dark, under shade. Like, you know what I mean? Undercover murder, that's what we gotta do. Anyway, a dangerous group. A war. It was too much for me to accept with a nod. Instead, I pressed for more information. How do you know him? What is he to you? Okay, so then, I'm just thinking... Then maybe our choice isn't him finding us. Maybe it's us telling Elkried. Because maybe if we tell Elkried, because you'll see when we get to the choice why. I'm just wondering. You know what I mean? Like, now maybe that's it. Like, Elkried's gonna, like, if we tell Elkried what happened, then he'll go after them and we'll start a war, and that would be bad. I can see that happening. It's me just speculating with our next choice where that split's gonna come, but how do you know him? What is he to you? That's a hard question. It's my business knowing tons of people. I know almost everyone worth knowing here. I'll make sure they don't attack you again. Just don't tell Elt. Elkried sounds important to you, Ulrich. Yes? Something wrong with that? Got my own stupid reasons for that, okay? Besides, we're not talking about just Elt here. The town needs him. He looks like he doesn't care what happens around him, but unlike me, Liberalitas needs him. Aw. It was dark outside. Ulrich had walked me back to the mansion. Then he had disappeared into the darkness of the night, saying he had other business to take care of. It's past midnight. Elkried was probably worried. Welcome home, my knight. I think I put the question marks so we don't fucking know it's him. Elkried, I just returned myself, and I must say, I'm surprised to see you return after me. It is rather late. His mannerisms were soft and his speech kind. He's like, were you out with a lover, perhaps? Still, something seemed out of the ordinary. There's an edge in his voice. I was worried something had befallen you. Is something wrong? Why were you out so late? I got lost a little. You're a bad liar. It makes you more attractive to me, but I'm unwilling to allow it right now. I can be a colder person than you know, and I'll stop at little to hear the truth from you. I'm sure you're aware that one should not lie to their employer. Love that. I'll stop at little to get... Oh, Elkried, you're gonna get a little dangerous, and I fucking love this right now. Elkried, I didn't think you could do or say anything else that would make me love you even harder, and yet, every single fucking time, you managed to one-up me. Elkried. If I lie to you, will you slam me up against a wall and make me tell you the truth? Because I'm just saying. Push me up against a desk. It's not quite a wall. It works, but I'm just saying. I need to one-up the ante here. Ulrich had told me that he didn't want me to tell Elkried. Telling Elkried what had happened would break my promise to him. On the other hand, I was speaking to my employer. Betraying him by withholding the truth was also a grave sin. This is where we get our choice. What should I do? Yep, okay. We've got a save. Let's go to 9. Okay, so that's our save 2. Yes? Okay. So telling the truth is what gets us that bad ending, like following Finn, right? I'm assuming it's a bad ending. Because I would assume telling the truth would then, like Ulrich was worried, Elkried would start a war and blah, 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 and it would be bad, right? That's what I'm just guessing kind of happens. And it might also push a big rift between Elkried and Ulrich, and we don't want to do that. So we're going to wing it because that's what we want to. We want the route to continue until we get the best ending, even though for me, in Elkried, the like, oh, my queen kind of ending was technically the best ending, but I don't feel like that was the best. I feel like the one where we actually went to the heights and we met Yune and then we kind of came back to the depths and kind of fixed shit. That to me was the best ending. You know what I mean? It's not the most quote unquote romantic ending, I guess. Like it's not that's the super romancy ending, even though the My Queen ending wasn't super I guess it was more romantic, but it wasn't like, oh my god, my heart's gonna melt. It was like, oh, this is cute. I like this. Okay. But to me, the best ending is where everyone's kind of happy at the end. So anyway, Elkried was a gentle person. He probably had only the best intentions for me or anyone, despite what it seemed like. I didn't want to lie to him, but I can't violate the promise I made to Ulrich. I'm sorry, Elkried. He was going to see through a bad lie. I had to choose my words carefully. It's a bit hard to explain. I was eating with Ulrich until now. Eating? We talked a lot and lost track at the time. I worried about what you would say to that, and I decided to lie. I'm sorry. Eating with Ulrich, huh? Yes. Elkried hardly reacted at all. I would literally have just told him I was out looking for Ulrich, and I just was wandering around looking for him, and I couldn't find him. And I just lost track of time. Or I would just, you could have told almost all the truth. Like, well, I was out wandering around looking for Ulrich, and it took me fucking forever. And by the time I found him, and then just, told him that I asked him if he knew anything about the people that attacked me, and whatever. And then he walked me back here, and that was it. And not say anything about actually meeting the guy. Or just be like, I thought I saw one of the guys that attacked me, but I wasn't really sure. So, and then I found Elric, and that, because that's kind of the truth. Just leaving out some key things, right? It didn't work, huh? Apparently I had managed to disappoint both Elkried and Ulrich. My mind was racing, trying to think of what to do next. Then he smiled. Thank you. Even the most charitable description of him would admit he's unsociable. He can hardly hold a conversation, and when he does talk, he's rude. He doesn't have any manners. Uh-huh. But I don't want to lose him. I'm glad that the two of you got together like that. He's a good person at heart. I hope you'll spend more time with him. Okay, I will. She's like, you don't fucking believe. He's like, bull fucking shit. We're gonna get Elkried's perspective. He's like, she fucking lied to me. But it's okay. Finally, I'm back here. I felt guilty for having lied to Elkried. On the other hand, I've been able to keep my promise to Ulrich. And Elkried seemed happy, too. When I mentioned Ulrich's name, he'd seemed almost as happy as if it had been about himself. They weren't related by blood. Why then, I wondered, were they so close? They're so different. I wonder how they even met. It didn't seem as though they wanted to tell me right then. I hoped they would one day. I mean, yeah, because we technically didn't even, in Elkried's route, we didn't even find that out, right? We only know now that Ulrich and Elkried have known each other since basically their parents' time, since they were kids. That's it. So, morning. Morning. Ohio. Not. We're not saying good morning, so that's not right, but...
That's what I say to you sometimes in the morning. Yeah. To the chuckle party.
Anyway. I have to try and meet with Ulrich today as early as possible. It's just every single time morning comes up, I'm like, morning. I'm like, morning! Like I'm saying good morning. That's how I read it. So. Ulrich didn't know what kind of a lie I had told to Elkried. We had to get our story straight before he had a chance to ask. I told you that nothing happened. That voice! Ulrich! Elkreed! Sup? Good morning. You're as fair as always. Beautiful. It's so creepy. What's wrong with calling beautiful things what they are? Don't criticize me simply because you lack the vocabulary to compliment a woman. What were you talking about? I asked about yesterday. You were eating together, right? Oh, no. Elkreed had beaten me to the punch. Yes? Ulrich's not being nice. He won't tell me what you talked about. Eating with you is shocking in and of itself, but a lively conversation? Without me? How unfair. He's not responding to my questions at all. That's not unfair. It's better this way because with you there, you'd be the only one talking. And I don't want you trying to find fault with what I say all the time. So leave what we talked about to your imagination. Imagination, huh? What are you imagining now? That was a daring move, Ulrich. Nothing at all like the detached person you are usually. Hey, what kind of situation are you picturing? It's fucking blushing. It's so cute. I love it. I love how they are with each other. God, I won't get over it. Why are you so upset? You said you'd leave it to my imagination. Within reason. Flying naked through the sky? What? That's clearly not within reason, idiot. What kind of a thing am I in your imagination? It's your own fault because you're not telling me what happened. Maybe I should ask you. What did you talk about with Ulrich yesterday? Oh God. Oh, I scrolled it up. I was like, not about the height. About you. About you, Elkreed. It's true, technically. About me. Huh? Why? Did you talk about my dashing style, my intelligence, my height, my wealth, my power, or my charisma? You just wanted to put yourself on a pedestal, right? We were complaining about you. Complaining. Employees complaining about their employer. I see. I'm not sure how that would have made for an exciting conversation, but you did seem to get along. It's fine then. What's fine? Oh, I'm just talking to myself. Don't worry about it. By the way, Ulrich, have you seen any suspicious individuals in town lately? Other than you? Suspicious? How exactly? Appearance? Like their clothes? Individuals who might be plotting against society, criminals washed in from other districts, something along those lines. Reports have reached my ear that a number of people from the Heights have been killed lately. From the Heights? Yes. Some of those killed found jobs through me. It's quite regrettable. It's too bad that they were killed, but it's nothing new that people hate anything from the Heights, or anyone from the Heights. Nothing special about it. Just, Spacey, be careful. Lots of people don't want to see you gone. Like you, Ulrich? Yeah, Oh, and there we go. You blurted it out. What? 400 years I had to wait, but finally Ulrich has found love. Now I can pass away in peace, knowing nothing was left undone. Actually, plenty was. Elkreed! I'm surely sorry for the work I must impart upon you, but I do believe he's probably a slightly good person. You have my best wishes. Best wishes? What are you talking about? Well, you just said you cared about her, that you want her to be careful. You're exaggerating a bit. Shut up, idiot! Shut up! Besides, I'm not in love. Just care about people sometimes. When the right people come around. You! Say something! What do you want me to say to this? Thank you? It makes me happy that you care about me. That's not what I want you to tell Elle off! Just so you two know, I'm not in love with Spacey. Bye! Ulrich left the mansion immediately. I fucking love this game. So adorable, so great. There he goes. He's easily embarrassed. That said, the one who should be careful isn't you, my knight, but Ulrich. What do you mean? In his line of work, he needs to deal with dangerous individuals, and sometimes gets caught up in their schemes. I'd like to go with him and help him, but my position doesn't allow it. I don't know how it is in the Heights, but people can die over trivial things here. And tomorrow it might be you or me. Oh, we should be aware of that, Spacey. Yes, I'll remember it. People from the Heights were being killed. I wonder whether the group Ulrich was involved in had something to do with it. Even if they don't, there seems to be a string of murders. I wasn't going to allow someone to take my life, or Elkreid's, or Ulrich's. I resolved to protect what I had with redoubled effort. This is the perfect place to end it. Okay, so we only have like 4 more choices before we get to our super high, like, affection ending. So, but anyway, that doesn't mean anything because we've only made a couple of choices. It could be like another hour, it could be 2 hours. I don't know. But anyway, we'll keep going to get that in the next part. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.